King's Country at kingscountry.net. That's Keith Eben. I'm Jim King of the radio. It is a TGIF edition. That means it's my time to shine on the boob tube. Yeah, don't miss episode number 937. I've got previews on the way. If you want to see the show in its entirety, it's going to air on the CW here in Beaumont, Port Arthur at 11:30 sharp this morning. Preview on the News at Noon on KFDM at News at Noon. And I'll have some previews for you, audio previews on the way. It's jam-packed, like I said. We're going to pay a little tribute to Johnny Lee as he continues his farewell tour. That's how we'll kick it off, but more details on the way. Thanks for streaming King's Country.
The King of Country.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen a man in a crown.
Jim King.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Stay with me. I'm Jim King of the radio, and I'm going to play a little audio sample from the TV show this weekend that includes a very lovely lady by the name of Callie Tucker. She is the niece of Tanya Tucker and the daughter of LaCosta Tucker. You old-timers might remember LaCosta Tucker from the 70s. But she definitely made a name for herself, and her daughter is following in the footsteps now. Callie Tucker. Callie Tucker, great to see you on the Jim King of the TV show. You look marvelous.
Thank you, darling. You as well. Good to be here. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
And I love your new video, Country Couture. What a fantastic video. A lot of wardrobe changes in that, about 32, and I think you filmed it there in Las Vegas. I almost said Nashville because that's your old home. Las Vegas.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. No, it was all filmed here in Las Vegas. It was the most amazing 2-day film shoot I could have ever hoped to experience for my first video, full-length music video. And yeah, we got to film part of it at the now historical and iconic Tropicana, which is no longer there. They just tore it down. So having got to film it there, that was really special. But yeah, 32 different outfits, and I love that it ranged from a lot of the clothing. I got to dive into my old clothing from back in the day. Like one of the dresses is one I wore at my 8th grade prom, and some are from beauty pageants I did, and some are from my mom when she was performing in the 60s and 70s. So like some vintage pieces. It was really special.
And I learned a new word today, couture. I had to look that up and learn how to pronounce it. It almost sounds French.
I think it is French.
Yeah. We're talking to the lovely Callie Tucker there in Las Vegas, trying to stay cool today. But you have a cool background. You're the niece of Tanya Tucker, and your mother's in the video, LaCosta Tucker. She's the sister of Tanya, and she has hits from back in the 70s.
That's right. Yeah. No, I love that I get to incorporate my mom, and she has a feature role in all of my music videos that are upcoming. So being able to put her in all of them, she's my little Easter egg.
Been a big supporter of yours too.
Oh yeah. No, from day one. She's she wants nothing more than to see me move forward in my career in music, and for her to join and us to collaborate and do some work together in the future. I think that would be so special.
Here comes Callie Tucker with Country Couture as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. King's Country at kingscountry.net on a TGIF edition. Jim King of the radio, driving you through the lunch hour and serving up some delicious delectables for your dining and dancing pleasure, including Sam Hunt. He's on the way. How about some T-Bird, a.k.a. Tracy Bird from right here in Beaumont, Texas. Mo Pitney, too. Mo Music for you. I'm Jim King of the radio.
Long live the king!
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Here comes Willie Nelson. I have to say that I've never actually met Willie, but I came really close one time. I remember when he came to Beaumont, Texas and played at the Beaumont Civic Center. I contacted his management and told him about the TV show and my radio show, and by then I was also doing a newspaper column in the Examiner. And his manager took an interest in me and I got to speak with him on the phone several times, and he talked to Willie about it, and he actually told me to call back Sunday morning after the concert. He had his tour bus parked right next to the Civic Center. So the manager checked on him in the morning and said that Willie needed his rest. So I missed out on my opportunity to meet Willie. Did to go backstage with him, and I've got an autographed Willie poster here. But I bring that up because this clip appeared in my little inbox. Johnny Carson wants to ask Willie Nelson how he handles all his groupies, and we all know he has a lot. And Willie's answer couldn't be any smoother.
When you're on the road, there are groupies. You know, the rock stars have groupies. I'm sure you do. You know, women come up when you're on the road and want more, I suppose, than just your autograph. How do you handle it?
I try to give it to them.
Country at kingscountry.net. Thanks for riding shotgun with me, Jim King of the radio and TV. Don't miss the TV show this weekend. Oh, and looky here. Here comes Beaumont boy Tracy Byrd as promised. And that might explain why I'm having a fabulous flashback. Hold on. It will be bumpy.
King of the road.
Backstage in Orange at Riverfront Pavilion with Tracy Byrd.
We're talking about
Tracy Byrd, I've been a fan of yours since before I moved here. It's now been 16 years this month that I moved here, and I met you shortly after that. It's actually the longest I've ever lived anywhere, and I think you had something to do with that. Maybe Mark Chestnut, too. I said, this must be a pretty cool place if guys like Tracy Byrd and Mark Chestnut chose to stay here when they could have lived anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting, you know. I mean, we could have lived anywhere, and of course we're pressured to live in Nashville, you know. They, you know, when you sign with a big label, they want you to be within a phone call away from them, you know, to do whatever, which is a plus, a reason to live back home, you know, to get away from all of that. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was home for us, and we stayed, and we enjoy it, and we love it, and we're still here, and glad you're still here, too.
Howdy! We're just so proud to be here.
Well, I said, friend,
King's Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio. Can't wait for NFL season to kick off because my Green Bay Packers are looking pretty good since Aaron Rodgers departed. They've got a up-and-coming quarterback by the name of Jordan Love. He ended up very well. I think he had like 10-game winning streak at the end of last season. So I think they're going to be on in September for the pregame shows anyway. And speaking of football, the Cleveland Browns are doing part of their training camp in West Virginia this year. So it only seemed fitting when someone started asking all the players to sing Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver. Good thing they already have a day job.
country roads, take me home to the place I belong. To Alabama, 'cause I ain't from Virginia. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads.
Let's just say that the curtain has come down on yet another miserable performance.
You're in someone else's love song.
Streaming from the studio of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. Jim King of the radio and TV, always behind the wheel and behind the mic, so to speak. Another episode of the Jim King of the TV show. I'm mighty proud of this one. I always try to top what I did the week before. Try to up my ante a little bit. It's always more fun when you own it, when you just want to put the best stuff out. And we're going to kick off this show with the legendary Johnny Lee. Here's a little audio sample from the show this weekend.
In all the wrong places.
hadn't heard, the legendary Johnny Lee was recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and he's currently on his farewell tour and planning to retire soon. I recently spoke with Johnny on King's Country Internet Radio about his career and future plans.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. My voice is kind of weird right now.
You were just not too long ago in our neck of the woods. You came to Silsbee at Honky Tonk, Texas. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that gig. How did that go?
I think it's sold out.
Yeah. You're selling out shows all over the place as part of your retirement tour. That's great.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure I want to quit.
You're not sure you want to quit? We don't want you to. So, do you mind me talking about your diagnosis? You've been diagnosed with Parkinson's, is that correct?
Yeah.
How many years ago was that, Johnny?
Oh, I think 3.
Okay.
3 years, all right.
Texas, Hardin County Fair. Thank y'all so much.
Of course, 1980 changed your life with that movie, Urban Cowboy.
It did, man. It sure did.
Well, continued success, and enjoy the rest of your tour, and especially your retirement.
Appreciate you.
On the bus with Johnny Lee. Great to see you.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Doing a show here with your old friend Mickey Gilley. You guys had a long run together there at Gilley's in Pasadena, about 10 years, 68 to 78, something like that.
Mickey who?
I think he's here.
Yeah, we've been doing some shows together and selling out some rooms, and it's been a lot of fun. I still love him to death, man. We're like brothers.
You talk often?
Oh, yeah. Every time I go to use the bathroom, I sit down on the toilet and tell him it makes me think of him, so I call it.
Check out Johnny Lee and this weekend's Jim King of the TV show. He's on his retirement tour. We'll recap that. Plus, we'll cruise to Holcomb Hobbies. We'll have Callie Tucker as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville, and a Zoom call with her. You heard the audio from that. Dick LeMasters will be back in the Royal Spotlight thanks to Glenn's Express Collision. King's Country at kingscountry.net. I guess I did about all the damage I can for a TGIF edition. I'm Jim King of the radio. Hope you have a great weekend. Don't miss the show this weekend. It is a star-studded entertainment extravaganza. Oh, and I'll be cruising over to Port Arthur to the Museum of the Gulf Coast in just a few minutes to get some video that'll appear on my TV show of their great Museum of the Gulf Coast Music Hall of Fame. And I'll be talking to one of the Hall of Famers. I'm talking about David Varnado, who used to play with Chris Ledoux. He had about a 3-year stint with Chris Ledoux. Also, who else did he play with? Loretta Lynn. Yeah, he had a run with her, just to name a few. And we'll be talking to him about his magnificent career. You'll see that soon on the Jim King of the TV show. So with that, I'll see you soon, and you keep it between the ditches. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next week on King's Country.
The King of Country.
I should have known that with the crown you've got on your head there.
Jim King.